pasa? Gracias. Yo soy Densho y me encanta estar aquí con ustedes y quiero que le den un aplauso a la producción de esta presentación porque de verdad que se lucieron. La verdad, amé mucho la presentación de Gears of War, amé mucho el primer juego que salió en 2006 para Xbox 360, amé mucho la voz de Marcus Phoenix, ustedes la recuerdan en español.
¡Qué detalle! ¡Me las llevaré! Se compran colchones.
Me encanta esa voz, de verdad que sí, y la vamos a tener de vuelta en esta reedición que ya sale ya en la última semana de agosto, ya van a poder comprarlo para Xbox One. Yo creo que siempre he pensado que Marcus Phoenix es mexicano. Yo siempre he pensado eso, porque antes Marcus Phoenix ven que es de la milicia, yo creo que vivía en Chiapas, era el subcomandante. De verdad que sí, su hermano es puto, ¿no se acuerdan? ¡Dom! ¡Mi hermano! ¡Puto! Eso es de Gears of War 3, yo no lo escribí, así viene en el guión. Y además, luego Marcus le gustan las granadas, ¿no? Para los chiles en nogada. Ya viene la temporada. Marcus es mexicano, tiene unas farmacias El Fénix. Váyanse y cómprense. Yo quiero darle una calurosa bienvenida al hombre Gears of War, al que ha estado detrás de esta serie desde que empezó y ahora con esta reedición está al frente de Coalition. Reciban con un fuerte aplauso a Rod Ferguson.
Good shape you got going on.
I'm shaky, yeah. Estoy temblando de la emoción de tener a Rod Ferguson aquí. Rod Ferguson, dinos por favor, ¿qué se siente estar de nuevo en Gears of War? How do you feel to be again in Gears of War?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, I've been away for 3 years, and now to come back. I mean, that was the thing I learned when I was away for 3 years, is how much I missed Gears of War. So to work on it for almost 8 years, and then to leave for a little bit, and now I get to make it again. It's amazing.
Es sorprendente, él está muy contento de volver a participar en Gears of War. Voy a hacer la traducción breve, porque si no nos va a llevar un montón de tiempo. Pero eso es lo que dijo, más o menos. Rod, tell us, there's some people on the audience that they're not, don't know you.
Okay.
But they want to know you a lot. Yeah.
Does that mean like I have to give my hotel room number over? Or?
Quiere conocerlos, Rod quiere conocerlos también a ustedes de manera más íntima. Tell us, Rod, firstly, who is Rod Ferguson?
Who is Rod Ferguson? That's a great. I wish I knew the answer to that. Actually, no, I mean, I've been making video games for more than 15 years, and now I've been part of the Gears franchise since the very beginning, since Gears of War 1. And all the way through, and now I'm the head of the Coalition, the studio that's making Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which we're talking about today, and of course Gears of War 4, which is coming soon.
Ha participado en la serie Gears of War desde que comenzó y por supuesto ya viene la nueva versión de Gears. Tell us, Rod, about your beginnings as a video game producer. I know that you participated in a game called Train Simulator or something.
Yes, yeah, hot seller that. That was a big game. No, I mean, it was how I started in the industry. You have to start somewhere, and I started on Train Sim on PC, and then moved to Bloodwake, which was a boat combat game, and onto Counter-Strike, and then onto Gears of War. And so, yeah, it's been an amazing journey of learning, and now I get to make the best game in the world, so it's a great destination.
Bloodwake, Counter-Strike, pero empezó con un juego que se llamaba el simulador de trenes de Microsoft y llegó hasta Gears of War. Esos son los inicios de Rod Ferguson. So, tell us about the Coalition, this studio.
Oh, it's the Coalition is the team we have up in Vancouver. We call it the Coalition because it's a diverse set of people with one purpose, and that purpose is to make great Gears of War experiences. And so it's an amazing group of people who, are kind of just learning to make gears, and so they're so excited and so much enthusiasm, yet they're very senior people, so they're doing a great job, as you can see in the Ultimate Edition.
Bueno, pues la Coalition o la Coalición es el estudio que se está encargando de Gears of War Ultimate Edition, que es el primer juego de este grupo de personas que se juntaron con un mismo propósito, y por eso el nombre. Son varias personas dedicadas a hacer videojuegos y tienen el propósito de hacer, por lo menos ahorita, Gears of War Ultimate Edition. So the importance of Gears of War fans around the world and Mexican fans, what that means to you? Now you're in Mexico again.
Yeah, it's my third time. Last time I was here was in 2011, where they asked me what do I see Gears of War going, and I talked about an anniversary game, and then Ultimate Edition came along, so I called that about 4 years ago. Yeah, I mean, Latin American fans in particular are very important to the Gears of War franchise, but I mean, nothing is greater than the Mexican fans, I have to say. The passion of the fans is amazing, and you know, even when we go do stuff up in the States, when I do like San Diego or LA, and stuff, like the Mexican fans come out, like the more than 50% of the line that are signing posters for and stuff. So it's just, you know, it's amazing to come down here, and that's why I'm always happy to come back. It's just to get this energy and this passion from this group of people. It's just it energizes me and makes it exciting for what I do every day.
Bueno, pues creo que le entendieron a gran parte de lo que dijo, que los mexicanos salen hasta por las coladeras. Cualquier presentación que haga de Gears of War, ahí aparecen los mexicanos. Él está muy contento de estar aquí nuevamente. Y,
That's not what I said at all.
Pero es que no es así nada.
How you can read that while shaking is impressive, by the way. The fact that it's
Made nervous. So, tell us more about your stay here in Mexico. What do you like to eat? The food, the girls. What do you?
Definitely. No, the big thing for me, I mean, I don't get to do a lot of tourist stuff, so it's a lot of what is around the hotel and coming to the events. But every time I come, it's always taco al pastor. Like that's kind of the thing I have to have, and I haven't had it yet since this trip. So that's tonight's plan, but but yeah, I mean, getting to go around and see the different places, and just the people are so nice, and the food is amazing, and so even the lunch I had today was mind-blowingly good. So yeah, it's just, I love coming to Mexico, and I hope to continue going forward.
Le gusta venir, le gustó la comida de hoy y por supuesto los tacos al pastor que a todos nos gustan. Vamos para acá, estamos muy a la orilla, ¿verdad? We're very in the edge.
Yeah, it's the microphone in the face.
Well, let's get into action. Let's talk about the game. Vamos a la acción, vamos a hablar del juego. So, Rod, what's your favorite thing about Gears of War Ultimate Edition?
My favorite thing is the fact that we redid the cinematics. You know, I really love the story of Gears 1. I love retelling the story of Gears 1, and so the fact that we went down to just the dialogue, just the words, and we rebuilt the cinematics from scratch. We went and got whole new motion capture, re-storyboarded, replanned, reshot all the cinematics, and so to go back and kind of retell the story in a new way was what's most exciting to me.
¿Qué es lo que más le ha gustado de hacer Gears of War Ultimate Edition? Pues que tuvieron que volver a contar la historia del juego, repasar los cinemas narrativos del juego, rehacerlos y de esa manera volver a contar la historia. ¿Qué pueden esperar los fans en este lanzamiento, ahora que tiene pues el sistema de multiplayer mejorado? What can fans expect on this release, and how has the multiplayer mode been improved?
Oh, the multiplayer mode has been improved greatly. I mean, Gears 1 was go find somebody who was hosting at that time 10 years ago, and now we've got dedicated servers. They have client-side hit detection. We have matchmaking, skill-based matchmaking. We've got 1080p, 60 frames per second. We've smoothed out a lot of stuff about a lot of the things we learned from Gears 3 into Gears 1. So it's a fundamental shift, and we've even taken the most popular modes from Gears 3, like Team Deathmatch and King of the Hill, and brought that over into the Gears 1 experience. And we even created a new mode called Nasher 2v2, so we call boxes, where it's a small map where it's 2 shotgunners against 2 shotgunners. And so there's a lot that's changed and improved, and as we saw from the beta, it works really well.
Bueno, a la hora de rehacer todos los sistemas para que se sintiera actual el modo multiplayer, creo que se destaca el modo 2 contra 2 de Nasher, que bueno, los fans de Gears of War y del multiplayer creo que les va a interesar mucho. Y la verdad yo ya lo jugué, esa es acotación, y está bien bueno. ¿Cuáles son las diferencias principales entre el juego original y Ultimate Edition? What are the main differences between the original game and the Ultimate Edition?
Oh, there's a lot. I mean, we like to talk about it more as a remake than a remaster. You know, we went down to just the core part of gameplay, like the simulation of the game, and then everything else is different. We rebuilt every art asset, over 3,000 of them. We, changed how the game was rendered and drawn using different techniques of lighting and materials, and so it's replaced all the cinematics, changed multiplayer to 1080p 60 frames. Like, all these things make it feel much more than just a remaster. It's not just a change in textures. So it's a, like I said, it really feels like a remake.
Se siente como algo rehecho completamente, no solo una repasada, no le dieron la manita de gato nada más gráficamente, sino que retrabajaron varios aspectos, especifica algo de la definición que tuvieron que llevarla al nivel máximo para que se sintiera sobre todo como un remake y no pues una reedición cualquiera. ¿Cuál fue el gran reto cuando actualizaron este juego? Para la generación de nueva consola. What was the biggest challenge when updating this game for a new console generation?
Oh, I think the biggest change, beyond the technical stuff of bringing a game from 10 years ago forward to Xbox One, was just making the right choices between what do you leave alone, like what do you keep nostalgic, versus what do you modernize and change to make it feel like a contemporary game. Because if we go too far, then it doesn't feel like Gears 1. You don't have that nostalgia, and if you don't go far enough, then it feels like an old game that maybe it shouldn't, it's not ready to be, 10 years later. So for us, it was finding that path through, and I think if you get a chance to play, you'll see, I think we made some good choices.
Tomaron las decisiones correctas al decidir por qué camino se iban a ir para que el juego se sintiera actualizado en las consolas actuales. ¿Cuál fue lo que más te gustó de trabajar en esta saga? A lo largo de estos años, ¿qué es lo que más le ha gustado? What's your favorite thing about working on this iconic saga through the years?
My favorite thing is just because it's my favorite game. That not very often does a creator get to not only make great games, but they get to make their favorite game, like the game they would play even if they weren't making it. And that's what I get to do every day in Gears of War. Even if I wasn't making it, I'd be playing it every day. And so the fact that I get to both make it and play it is a dream come true. So that's really what my favorite thing is.
Bueno, Gears of War es el juego favorito de Rod y él se siente pues muy afortunado de que esté trabajando y esté haciendo su propio juego favorito y se siente pues muy bien al respecto. So this is important, Rod. You made
very rarely are.
This is the most important thing in the world. So you made a pretty major announcement recently for fans who pick up Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Something about 5 games in one, 5 juegos en uno. ¿Qué es eso?
Yeah, so it's one of the things we're doing is if you buy the Ultimate Edition, you get the original trilogy plus Judgment for free as part of that. So basically what happens is if you play between the launch date of August 25th to the end of the year, December 31st, then when back compatibility becomes widely available, those games will be sent to you for free. So you'll get the entire Gears saga, if you will, plus the Ultimate Edition on Xbox. So there's 5 games.
Así es. Si compran Gears of War Ultimate Edition, ustedes no tienen un juego, tienen 5. Gracias a la retrocompatibilidad. 5 juegos, Gears 1, Gears 2, Gears 3 y entonces ya saben que cuando salga este juego ustedes van a obtener 5 juegos en uno. And ¿qué pasa con el tatuaje de Rod? What's this about the Gears tattoo? Please. ¿Ustedes tienen tatuajes de Gears? ¿Hay alguien aquí en la conferencia que tenga tatuaje? A ver, por favor. ¿Puedes mostrarnos tu tatuaje? Pero espera, no te lo tienes. En la espalda, entonces sí enséñanoslo. Show you, te voy a enseñar.
Oh, nice.
Muy bien, muchachos. You have something to show?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, the fans have, like, exactly that. Like, that's one of the things I've seen over the last 10 years is that the fans are really dedicated to Gears of War and express themselves by putting tattoos on. And it felt kind of odd to me that, you know, I'd go to, like, an event, you know, when we were launching Gears 3, and I was met the people in line, and they were showing me their ink and stuff, and I was just, they have it, and they're just players of the game. Like, I make it. Why wouldn't I do that? And so I had an opportunity recently to do that. So yeah, so I got my
Great.
So yeah, so forevermore now.
It was painful.
No, actually no. That was the thing. I went in expecting pain to be at 10, and it was at 5. It was fine.
Del 1 al 10 le dolió 5. So
when are you getting yours?
I'm getting oh my god. For tomorrow. Mañana me tatúo. No puedo vivir sin un tatuaje de Gears. I can't live without it.
Smoke weed every day.
And one of the things we wanted to do is bring that back.